Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to the sincere Aqua. And Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Slakia, 1 second. Yeah, so this lesson is going to be based on this storm that caused some down trees and power outages, which links up with prophecy because the prophecies talk about how the Lord would visit with storms and tempests. So all of these storms and tempests that we've been seeing and that we will continue to see is just prophecy coming to pass. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and the Lord's will you're edified. It says Tuesday's powerful thunderstorms brought down trees and power lines in Jefferson and Lewis counties. The National Weather Service forecasted 70-mile-per-hour winds during the storm. We have photos from Jefferson and Lewis counties showing wind damage, including fallen trees. On State Route 26 in the town of Denmark, large trees came down at the home of Lori Atkinson. She says she was inside when the storm hit and thought about closing the garage door. As she opened the house door, she felt like she was swept off her feet. She said, I made it to the garage to close it, and all of a sudden, all this debris came from my tree up there, and I had to drag it out of the way to close the door. By that time, I heard something like a freight train, and I lost 3 giant trees out back. One took out my pool, another just missed my grandkid's swing set, and another one is ripped right out from the roots and laying in my neighbor's yard, she said. The National Grid power outage map showed hundreds of customers without power at the height of the storm. Most of the outages at the time were in the Cape Vincent and Chumont areas, as well as in the town of Lorraine. The National Weather Service lifted its severe thunderstorm warning and has issued a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. Yeah, so just more destructive, severe storms from the Lord. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And these severe, destructive thunderstorms are just some of those judgments from the Lord. Even though no one got hurt and no one got killed, those storms still cause destruction, and there's a lot more storms that the Lord is going to be sending. Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And that's what the Lord has been doing, sending these destroying storms that could tear the roof off of homes and buildings, that could rip trees out of the ground, that could cause power outages. And these storms and tempests are going to become a lot more frequent as well, just like with the earthquakes and the fires. Psalms 11:6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent, windy storm. And the most violent of those is hurricanes, tornadoes, tropical storms, blizzards, but 60 to 100 mile per hour winds are still pretty strong and can still cause a fair amount of destruction. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And clearly that's what the Lord is doing, because there are certain parts here in the U.S. that do get hit with a lot of tornadoes. And there are certain parts of the U.S. that during certain times of the month, the year, get hit with hurricanes. And there's certain places that get hit with tropical storms. And in a lot of those cases, there's a lot of death, there's a lot of injuries, and there's a lot of destruction. So people should be afraid. And when those judgments take place, people are afraid, as they should be. The problem is that in their ignorance, they're classifying it as, Mother Nature, instead of classifying it as the judgment of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. But in these last days, through these judgments, the Lord is going to force these people to accept and acknowledge that He is the one executing these judgments. He is the one sending these storms and tempests and fires and earthquakes. And He's the one causing power outages and making volcanoes erupt and all of these different things. Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which He executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. And that's basically all you need to know. Is that whether it's a fire, a storm, a tempest, an earthquake, a volcano eruption, a shooting, a stabbing, an animal attack, someone unalives themselves, someone drowns. All of these different judgments are from the Lord. They're not random. They're not accidents. They're not Mother Nature. It's the wrath, anger, fury, vengeance, punishment, and judgment of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakudash. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Ahakwath. And shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. And Adawan Ratzazah. Till next time, shalom.